and the best way to negotiate is to lay out all the things you need. Here's what I mean. Be completely open. This is a little bit different from when I'm on the street negotiating in India for that, whatever it is. That's because that's a one-shot negotiation. I want you to think in terms of negotiations lasting a lifetime. And what that does is suddenly you realize that if you take advantage of some short-term situation, that'll come back and bite you. So think of it as a long-term, every relationship you have as a long-term relationship. Now, if you're in the used car business, I guess you can still just sort of, no, it's $6,000, it's yours. But most negotiations are tied to people and relationships and how we all get along. And you want to treat people honestly, straightforwardly. You want to tell them everything. If there's bad news, you have to tell them the bad news right away. If there's good news, you can take your time because it's going to come out. But if it's bad news, you got to tell them right away. And dealing honestly. Here's as I travel around the world, the wealthiest countries are the ones that have the freest markets and the forced honesty on the people, where they're all honest. Singapore came from nowhere, and now one of the richest countries. They were one of the poorest countries in the world 60 years ago. They are now one of the richest countries in the world. Why? Because from the top, they spread honesty. Because if you're honest, suddenly there's a win-win in a negotiation. If you're dishonest, it becomes a zero-sum game. It becomes a game where one loses and one wins, and the one who loses will get the other one later. So you don't want that. You want honest, straightforward approach to everything, and you will, and your whole business, your whole community, your whole society will become wealthy. Free markets and honesty. So anytime you hear a politician blah, 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 think, are they for free markets and are they honest? And that's all you should be thinking about. Everything else is just like, I'm going to tell you what to do with your life or whatever. And I don't want to, they'll just get in your hair otherwise. But if it's just free markets and honest, free speech is good too. And I think, here we'll take a poll. Is Modi honest?